Hello, my name's James. I'm a portrait photographer from Portsmouth in the UK. You've probably not heard of me, and I welcome you to my studio here and this new workshop, how to take the perfect profile picture. Say hello to our model for today. It's Aleah. She's back in studio with us today. Say hi, Aleah.
Hello, everyone.
That's it. That's her 2 words for this seminar. She's not allowed to say anymore. We can't afford to pay her to speak. Taking profile pictures is something that you get asked to do a lot as a photographer. What I want to do is I want to put a beginner's guide for someone new to headshot photography, someone who's been tasked with the job of taking a new profile picture for someone and how to do it professionally and how to do it amazingly. First step is to think about your background and your setting and what you're trying to put across in the picture. For a beginner entry level thing, what I want to really drive home is thinking about the background of your shot and considering the background for how that's going to look. With this amazing outfit that Aleah's wearing today, if we have a look at that there, we're an amazing sort of like this pastel-y denim blue there with a really, really cool modern look. And I want to keep that nice and simple. Now, if Aleah was an office worker working in an office, we might want to take her into an office. We might want to drop a sort of like a blurry office background in the background. But in this instance, I just want to marry up those pastel colors. And we're going to do that by using our pastel blue backdrop there so that everything is working on that same color level there. With this workshop, we're just going to keep it really simple, and we're just going to be using 2 lights and a reflector to get the perfect headshot. The first light we're going to be using is this one up here. It's the Elinchrom 3, completely wireless unit up here, and we're going to be using it on our C-stand, so it's nice and safe. C-stand with weights on the bottom so that we know that we're not going to be moving this C-stand anywhere. It's not going to be falling over anywhere or doing anything silly. And we're just going to place this light right up and right above Aleah here for the headshot. So a nice flat lighting headshot, something that's nice and simple, nothing too complicated, nothing too shadowy, something where we can see the face, see the expression, and something that's easily recognizable as a thumbnail on a phone, tablet, or screen. The camera we're going to be using today is the Canon EOS R6. It's got a 70 to 200mm lens on the front of it here. This is my f2.8 lens. It can get super close. And the reason why I'm using this is I want us to take a portrait that doesn't distort the face at all. And if I was using a wider angle lens, there could be the danger that it could not only distort facial features within the image, especially if I'm shooting too close, but also because it's on a wide angle, it could encompass some of the background behind, more of the background than I need. And on this longer focal length, I can see that I know I'm going to be shooting straight onto the blue backdrop. There's going to be nothing distracting in the background. All I should see coming through is bright blue. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set my camera up. Camera settings for this one, ISO 100, so we're shooting on the lowest ISO to give us the best image quality. Shooting on f8, we want a nice depth of field there through the image, and 1/160th of a second, so it marries up with the sync speed of the flash. First thing I'll do is I'll just take an image there without any of the flash trigger going off. A nice professional portrait there, no look portrait. And what we'll see here is that on this portrait here, everything's black. And all that does is it just gives me the reassurance. If I was a new photographer and I was unsure about my settings and unsure about my camera and unsure about my flash and how it's triggered and how it's working together, it reassures me that no ambient light in this room is affecting this portrait. We're only going to be affected by the flash coming out of the unit up here. So back on with our flash trigger at the top, which is now going to talk to our camera here. Aleah's going to look straight into the camera here, nice and simple. Hair on both shoulders there for me if we can, so we can see. Trying to get a nice symmetrical look there for the portrait. Nice and simple. I'm going to take it landscape. 3, 2, 1, and go. Just going to have a look at that shot there. Perfect, nice, simple light just coming down there. With this shot here, what's happened is she's just off a little bit. If we come around here, you'll see here, she's just, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera there, but you'll see there, she's just to the left of the middle of the light. And that means that there's a slight shadow on the right side of the face here. So I'm just gonna move this light very slowly this way, just a tiny little amendment there. And I'm gonna get my lens nice and close to the tripod on here. Normally I'd bayonet this over the top, but we're doing it with entry-level gear, and we're just gonna see how this looks here. Same again, in 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and simple. And now we'll see that shadow, there we go, perfect. Just underneath the chin there. But what if we want to get rid of that shadow, and what if we want to elevate the portrait on a budget? What if we want to make it look more professional? This is a simple flat lit portrait with a simple butterfly light above. What if we want to elevate the portrait game a little bit here? Well, we can go back to my old favorite, which is this thing over here. This is our bought online 12 years ago for £10. This is my 5-in-1 reflector. It's got a silver side, a white side, a black side, and a gold side. We're going to be using the white side today to reflect light back into the portrait here. We're going to angle it up and angle it across so it's bouncing light back into Aleah and just underneath the chin there. And we're just going to move it just between the light stand and Aleah there. Going to bring it up slightly so it's just underneath the face, and it won't be in shot, remember, because we're shooting on a longer focal length. So we should be able to frame the face in and around here. And what this should do is give us a nice little bit of bounce back into the portrait here underneath the chin and lighten those shadows. Because Aleah hasn't moved, she hasn't done anything different, we can just take exactly the same portrait here in 3, 2, 1, go. And there's the shot there, and let's just have a look at the before and after. There we go. Now have a look at that difference there. Underneath the chin we can see that shadow, and now that shadow is gone. We've got an additional catch light in the eye underneath here, which is giving us that super uber professional look. But what if we want to elevate it even more and add a little bit of style to the picture? So we've moved from entry level to professional, and now we're adding a little bit of sizzle onto the steak. Well, this is what I mean by a bayonet arm. This C-stand over here has been set up with the bayonet over the top, and this is how I would set my main light up if I was setting it in a slightly bigger studio setting, but we're showing you how to do these on a budget. But if you wanted to just take it to the next level, I'd bring this light in here, round and behind Aleah there. So it's going to be completely out of shot. It's another Elinchrom flash unit. This time it's the ELB 500, and it's on a power pack at the back. And what this light's going to do up here is it's going to give us a little bit of light just on the hair behind. A little bit of separation light, which is going to separate Aleah from the background and just gives a little bit of sparkle and what I like to call a little bit of sizzle on the steak. Let's have a look at this shot here. Looking straight towards me, so we've got the reflector underneath, the hair light up above there. 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and simple, there we go. And we have that hair light coming across there. Now, if we want to make that hair light even more powerful, we can simply just move it closer to Aleah here and move it closer over the top here, giving us a simple hair light there. But this should be, without affecting the power, should be slightly softer and slightly more powerful. In 3, 2, 1, go. There. Beautiful. There we go. Really nice shot there. And then if we really want to add something a little bit different, we can even use this as a background light. So by simply changing the angle of this light here, moving it from on top of Aleah's head to pointing it towards the background here, and moving it closer to the background here, and moving it up, we should see that we get a lighter portrait in the background going down to a darker blue at the bottom. Little changes, little amendments. I'm just going to move that light slightly there. This light now, if we come round to the side, come follow me, you'll see there's a big gap now between Aleah and that light there. So that light coming out of that background light there won't be affecting the hair this time. It'll simply just be providing us a gradient on that background there. 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and simple there. And there we go, from a lighter backdrop at the top to a darker one at the bottom. Small adjustments there. We can now increase the power of this light in front by a whole stop, and we can increase the aperture in camera here from f8 up to f11 we haven't affected the background, so the background in this instance should go darker, but the face and the skin and everything in the foreground should remain the same. In 3, 2, 1, go. And we'll just do one horizontal as we promised. 3, 2, 1, go. Lovely. And there we go. So we'll see when we compare that to the very first one we took with the reflector here, you can see that we now have light on that background, providing a gradient and providing a shift and providing us with something different. Highlighter up from the reflector in the foreground and a lovely simple light in the front, butterfly lighting, giving us that perfect headshot. From this position here, now that we're happy with the way the light's falling and the way the light's working, we can now do some slightly different things with Aleah, get her to do some slightly different poses. If we come around to this side here, if you turn slightly side on this way, looking straight towards me there, all of the hair on the shoulder this side there for me so we can see. Beautiful, hold that there, 3, chin down just a fraction. And on this one here, a little smile there for me, acting like you're enjoying yourself. There you go, 3, 2, 1, go. Beautiful. Perfect. So even by turning Aleah side on, we're still using the lights in the foreground to give us the same exposure and to give us good lighting across the face in a very simple, very corporate friendly lighting setup there. Aleah, how would you rate this experience in 3 words?
Extremely eye-opening.
Extremely eye-opening. That's amazing. If you've enjoyed this video, there's loads more on the channel. Have a look at the channel, like and subscribe, and you can go to No Fuss Muss and you see a whole course here with Aleah on 1 light setups and how to use 1 light in 10 completely different ways. There's also a 2 light course and a 3 light course on there, all with 10 steps in. So that's 30 different ways to light a face at nofussmus.com. Sign up there, like and subscribe, say nice things, be kind. All the very best.